What if I told you that 7 simple things I do in the first hour of my morning are the exact reason I'm sharper, stronger, and healthier at 94 than most people in their 50s? I'm going to share these 7 habits with you right now, and every single one takes less than 10 minutes and costs absolutely nothing. Here's something that will surprise you. The third habit on this list was specifically highlighted by researchers at Harvard Medical School as one of the most powerful things seniors can do to prevent cognitive decline. Yet I've never met anyone else my age who actually does it consistently. Last month, my neighbor's daughter came by and stood in my kitchen looking absolutely shocked. She couldn't believe I live completely independently at 94, manage my own home, cook my own meals, and never miss my morning walk around the neighborhood. She asked what my secret was, assuming I had special genetics or expensive treatments. When I told her it was just 7 simple things I do every morning before 9 a.m., she actually laughed and thought I was joking, until her mother started following the exact same routine and called 2 weeks later to say she had more energy and mental clarity than she'd felt in years. Habit 1: drinking 2 glasses of water within 15 minutes of waking. The very first thing I do when I open my eyes each morning, before coffee, before breakfast, before I even think about getting out of bed, is drink 2 full glasses of water that I keep on my nightstand. This isn't just some wellness trend or something I read about in a magazine. The Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins have published extensive research showing that mild dehydration significantly impairs cognitive function in older adults, increases fall risk, and contributes to serious problems like constipation and urinary tract infections. What most people don't realize is that we lose a substantial amount of water overnight through breathing and normal metabolism, even though we're just lying there sleeping. Our bodies are working all night long, and by morning we're genuinely dehydrated whether we feel thirsty or not. Here's what makes this especially critical for those of us over 60. Our natural thirst mechanism weakens dramatically as we age. You could be significantly dehydrated and not feel thirsty at all, which means you can't rely on thirst to tell you when you need water. When you start your day in a dehydrated state, your blood becomes thicker and flows less efficiently. Your brain receives less oxygen, your kidneys have to work much harder, and you're far more likely to feel dizzy, confused, or unsteady on your feet. This dehydration sets you up for poor decisions, slower reactions, and dangerous falls throughout the entire day. I've seen it happen to friends who wonder why they feel foggy every morning, and the answer is usually right there. They're simply not drinking enough water first thing. Sylvia, my friend from Minnesota who's 89, used to call me every morning complaining about feeling foggy-headed and unsteady for the first few hours after waking up. I told her to try my water habit for just 1 week, 2 full glasses before her feet hit the floor. She called me on day 8 and said her morning dizziness had completely disappeared and she felt 10 years younger. Her doctor had been running tests trying to figure out what was wrong, and the solution was literally sitting on her kitchen counter the whole time. That's how powerful proper hydration is, especially for our aging bodies. Here's exactly what you need to do tonight. Fill 2 glasses with water and place them on your nightstand within arm's reach of where you sleep. Tomorrow morning, before you think about anything else, drink both glasses completely. Don't sip them slowly throughout the morning. Drink them right away, one after the other. Make this absolutely non-negotiable in your routine, just like brushing your teeth. Your brain, your kidneys, your balance, and your energy levels will thank you immediately. Fill those glasses tonight and drink them first thing tomorrow morning before your feet touch the floor. Habit 2. 5 minutes of gentle stretching before standing up. I never jump straight out of bed, and neither should you. After I finish my 2 glasses of water, I spend exactly 5 minutes doing gentle stretches while I'm still lying down or sitting on the edge of my bed. The American Physical Therapy Association and researchers at Stanford Medical Center have published studies showing that gentle morning stretching routines specifically designed for seniors significantly reduce fall risk and improve joint flexibility throughout the entire day. This isn't about doing complicated yoga poses or anything that requires special skills. This is about understanding what happens to your body overnight and preparing it properly for the day ahead. While you sleep, your muscles and joints naturally stiffen. Your circulation slows down considerably and your blood pressure adjusts to your horizontal position. When you suddenly stand up without preparing your body first, you risk orthostatic hypotension. That's when your blood pressure drops rapidly as you stand, causing dizziness or even fainting. For seniors, this is incredibly dangerous because one bad fall can literally change everything. A broken hip, a head injury, or even just a bad sprain can take away your independence faster than any disease. I've watched it happen to people I care about, and it's heartbreaking because it's so preventable with just a few minutes of preparation each morning. Vernon, who's 89 and lives in Georgia, fell getting out of bed 3 years ago and broke his hip. He spent months in rehabilitation and lost a tremendous amount of strength and confidence. After he recovered, his physical therapist taught him a 5-minute morning stretching routine similar to mine. He does ankle circles, gentle knee bends, and reaches his arms overhead before standing. Vernon hasn't had a single fall or even a close call in the 3 years since he started this habit. Here's your simple routine, starting tomorrow. While you're still in bed after drinking your water, move your ankles in circles 10 times in each direction. Bend your knees up toward your chest, one at a time, then together. Gently twist your spine by dropping your knees to one side, then the other. Reach your arms overhead and stretch your whole body. Roll your shoulders forward and backward. Move every major joint before you put weight on your legs. Set your alarm 5 minutes earlier if you need to, and dedicate that time to waking up your body safely and properly. Starting tomorrow morning, make these 5 minutes non-negotiable. Your mobility and independence depend on it. Habit 3. Eating protein. Within 1 hour of waking, your breakfast choice in the first hour after waking determines your energy level, your physical strength, and your mental sharpness for the entire day ahead. I make absolutely certain I eat substantial protein within an hour of getting up, and this habit has made an enormous difference in how I feel and function. Harvard Medical School and the National Institute on Aging have published clear guidelines showing that seniors need 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, specifically to prevent muscle loss, stabilize blood sugar, and maintain cognitive function throughout the day. This isn't just general nutritional advice. This is targeted research about what our aging bodies actually need to function well. As we get older, we naturally lose muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia, and this muscle loss accelerates rapidly if we don't give our bodies adequate protein, especially in the morning. Morning protein specifically helps maintain and even build muscle, prevents dangerous blood sugar crashes that affect your brain and energy, and keeps you feeling satisfied and strong throughout the morning instead of weak and shaky. When you skip protein or eat only carbohydrates like toast or cereal at breakfast, you're setting yourself up for a mid-morning energy crash, continued muscle wasting, increased fall risk due to weakness, and poor blood sugar control that directly affects how clearly you can think and make decisions. I learned this the hard way years ago when I used to just have coffee and toast, and by 10 a.m. I'd be exhausted and mentally foggy. Franklin, my neighbor across the street, used to eat just toast with jam and coffee every single morning. He was constantly tired, struggled to climb his stairs, and needed an afternoon nap every day. I convinced him to switch to 2 scrambled eggs every morning instead. Within 3 weeks, Franklin told me he could climb his stairs without getting winded. His afternoon fatigue had completely vanished, and he felt stronger overall. His wife said it was like having a different person in the house, more energetic and more engaged. Here's what you need to do immediately. Check your kitchen right now and make sure you have simple protein sources readily available. 2 eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a good handful of nuts will give you the protein you need. Keep these items stocked in your kitchen at all times. Tomorrow morning, within 1 hour of waking up, eat one of these protein sources. No excuses, no skipping it because you're not hungry. Your muscles, your brain, and your energy levels require this fuel. Make protein at breakfast absolutely non-negotiable starting tomorrow morning. Habit 4. Getting natural sunlight on your face for 10 to 15 minutes. This habit might sound too simple to actually matter, but 10 minutes of morning sunlight on my face and arms could be protecting my brain and bones more effectively than any supplement ever could. Johns Hopkins researchers and multiple studies published by the National Institutes of Health have documented the powerful effects of morning light exposure on circadian rhythm regulation, vitamin D production, and the direct connection between morning sunlight and reduced depression, dramatically better sleep quality at night, and improved cognitive function in older adults. This isn't about getting a tan or spending hours outside. This is about exposing your skin and eyes to natural light during a specific window of time each morning. Morning sunlight before 10 a.m. triggers your body's production of vitamin D, which is absolutely critical for bone strength, immune function, and even mood regulation. That same morning light also regulates your body's internal clock, telling your brain it's time to be awake and alert now so you can sleep deeply later tonight. It releases serotonin, the brain chemical that improves mood, mental clarity, and overall sense of well-being. When you miss this morning sunlight exposure day after day, you disrupt your sleep-wake cycle, reduce your vitamin D levels significantly, leading to weaker bones and much higher fracture risk. And you contribute to depression and cognitive decline that many people just accept as normal aging when it's actually preventable. Helen from Arizona struggled with terrible insomnia and low mood for several years. She was sleeping poorly, waking up multiple times every night, and feeling depressed during the day. Her doctor suggested morning sunlight exposure as part of her treatment plan. Helen started sitting on her front porch for 15 minutes every morning with her coffee. After just 2 weeks of consistent morning sun exposure, she was sleeping through the night for the first time in years and told me she felt noticeably happier and more mentally clear during the day. Here's your action plan. Tomorrow morning, take your water or your coffee outside for 10 to 15 minutes. Sit on your porch, stand in your yard, or even just sit by a sunny window if going outside isn't possible. You don't need sunscreen for this short exposure before 10 a.m. Your body needs direct sunlight on your skin to produce vitamin D. Make this part of your morning routine, just as regular as drinking your water. Do this every single morning, and within 1 week you'll notice you're sleeping better at night. Within 2 weeks, you'll feel the mood and energy improvements. Step outside tomorrow morning. Those 10 minutes could genuinely transform your sleep and mental health within days. Habit 5. Doing a mental puzzle or learning activity for 10 minutes. When was the last time you challenged your brain first thing in the morning instead of just turning on the television? Every single morning, I spend 10 minutes doing something that makes my brain work. A crossword puzzle, reading a chapter from a book, or working on a Sudoku. Harvard Medical School and the Alzheimer's Association have published extensive research on cognitive reserve, showing that daily mental stimulation, especially in the morning when your brain is fresh and receptive, significantly reduces your risk of dementia and slows cognitive decline. Your brain is literally like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it, and morning mental activity specifically strengthens the neural pathways and connections that protect against age-related mental decline. The morning is when your brain is most alert and most receptive to learning and challenge. When you engage your mind with puzzles, reading, or learning something new during this window, you're building what researchers call cognitive reserve. Essentially, you're creating backup systems in your brain that protect you if some areas start to decline. This cognitive reserve is why some people stay sharp well into their 90s, while others struggle with memory and thinking much earlier. Missing this opportunity every morning means letting your brain stay passive during its most powerful time, and that accelerates cognitive decline faster than almost anything else. I've watched friends decline mentally because they spend their mornings passively watching television instead of actively engaging their minds. Clarence, my friend who just turned 91, has done the daily crossword puzzle every single morning with his coffee for the past 30 years. Last year, his doctor did comprehensive cognitive testing and told Clarence he has the memory and processing speed of someone in their early 70s. His doctor specifically asked what he does to keep his mind so sharp, and when Clarence mentioned his daily crossword habit, the doctor said that consistent mental stimulation was almost certainly the reason for his exceptional cognitive health at 91. That's the power of just 10 minutes of mental challenge every single morning. Pick up a crossword puzzle book, a Sudoku book, or download a simple brain training app on your phone today. Starting tomorrow morning, spend 10 minutes working on one of these activities before you do anything passive like watching television or scrolling on your phone. Make this mental exercise as much a part of your routine as brushing your teeth. Your brain needs this exercise to stay strong, sharp, and protected against decline. 10 minutes every morning. That's all it takes. Get your puzzle book today and commit to those 10 minutes starting tomorrow. Habit 6. Making one social connection. Before noon, loneliness and isolation kill seniors faster than most diseases, but one simple phone call each morning has kept me connected, purposeful, and genuinely happy living alone at 94. The Mayo Clinic and researchers at the University of California have published studies showing that daily social interaction reduces mortality risk by 50%, lowers blood pressure, decreases depression and anxiety, and even strengthens immune function in older adults. This isn't just about feeling less lonely, this is about measurable physical health improvements that come from human connection. When we interact with other people, our bodies release beneficial hormones, our minds stay engaged through conversation, and we maintain a sense of purpose and accountability that keeps us motivated to take care of ourselves. Social isolation is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. That's not an exaggeration. That's what the research actually shows. When you're isolated without regular human contact, you experience faster cognitive decline, increased depression and anxiety, higher blood pressure that damages your heart and brain, a weakened immune system that can't fight off illness, and a significantly shorter lifespan overall. I see this happening to people my age who live alone and gradually withdraw from contact with others. They stop calling friends, stop answering the phone, and slowly decline in ways that could be prevented with just a few minutes of connection each day. After Lucille's husband passed away 5 years ago, she started calling her sister every single morning at 8 a.m. sharp. They talk for 15 to 20 minutes about their plans for the day, what they're grateful for, and anything on their minds. Both Lucille and her sister are now in their late 80s, and both credit these daily morning calls with keeping them motivated, mentally engaged, and genuinely happy, despite living alone. Choose one person right now, a friend, a family member, a neighbor, and commit to calling them tomorrow morning. Make this a regular part of your routine, either daily or several times a week. Join a phone chat group. Schedule regular morning check-ins with someone who also lives alone, or even call the same friend every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Make social connection as routine and non-negotiable as eating breakfast. Your mental health, your physical health, and your longevity depend on human connection. Choose your person right now and call them tomorrow morning. Make connection part of your daily routine starting immediately. Habit 7. Practicing. 3 minutes of gratitude or positive reflection. The way you frame your morning in your mind determines your stress levels, your actual health outcomes, and your quality of life for the entire day ahead. Before I get out of bed each morning, after I've had my water and done my stretches, I spend 3 minutes thinking about specific things I'm grateful for. Harvard Health Publishing and Johns Hopkins researchers have documented that daily gratitude practice produces measurable health improvements, including lower blood pressure, reduced inflammation throughout the body, improved heart health, stronger immune function, and significantly increased longevity. This isn't positive thinking nonsense. This is documented science about how your thoughts directly affect your physical health. When you focus on gratitude, even for just 3 minutes, you trigger measurable changes in your brain chemistry. Your body reduces production of cortisol, the stress hormone that damages your cardiovascular system and weakens your immune system over time. Simultaneously, your brain increases production of beneficial hormones and neurotransmitters that improve mood, reduce anxiety, and literally rewire your brain toward more positive thinking patterns over time. Starting your day with negative thoughts, complaints, or worry does the exact opposite. It triggers a full stress response that elevates cortisol, increases inflammation in your body, raises blood pressure, and damages your heart and immune system day after day. I used to wake up thinking about my aches and pains and everything I had to worry about, and I felt terrible all the time until I changed this pattern. Harvey, who's 87 and lives in Iowa, was chronically stressed and dealing with high blood pressure that concerned his doctor. His daughter taught him to spend 3 minutes each morning listing things he was grateful for. Specific things, not general statements. Within 6 weeks, Harvey's blood pressure had dropped significantly, and he told his doctor he felt calmer and more content than he had felt in decades. Tomorrow morning, before you get out of bed, mentally list 3 specific things you're grateful for. Don't just say generic things like my health or my family. Be specific. My knees didn't hurt when I walked yesterday. My grandson called me this week. I slept well last night. The sun is shining today. Make them different every single day. This forces your brain to actively search for good things instead of automatically focusing on problems and complaints. 3 minutes. That's all it takes to begin rewiring your brain and improving your physical health measurably. Start tomorrow morning without fail. This simple practice could literally add years to your life. I'm 94 years old. I live completely independently, and I genuinely feel better, sharper, and stronger than I did at 75. It's not luck, and it's not genetics. It's these 7 habits I do every single morning without exception. Morning hydration, gentle stretching, protein at breakfast, natural sunlight, mental stimulation, social connection, and gratitude practice. Not one of these habits is complicated, expensive, or time-consuming. You can start every single one tomorrow morning, and I promise you'll notice real, measurable differences in how you feel, how clearly you think, and how confidently you move through your day within 2 weeks. Age is just a number when you give your body and mind what they actually need to thrive. Which of these 7 habits are you going to start tomorrow morning? Tell me in the comments which one you think will make the biggest difference for you. I genuinely want to know, and I read every single comment. If these habits gave you hope and a clear, practical plan for improving your health starting tomorrow, click that like button and subscribe to this channel so you never miss practical health advice designed specifically for our generation. Share this video right now with your friends, especially those who live alone or those you worry about. These 7 simple morning habits could genuinely transform someone's life and health. Imagine helping a friend add healthy, independent years to their life just by sharing this information. Do it now while you're thinking about it, and help me spread this message to seniors who need it.